It's Tuesday, and Tuesday is a day on Booktube for doing tags. And I have a tag for you. It's the Booktube Numbers Tag. This was a tag I created back in February 2022, and it was a tag that leaped the language barrier, and I saw many Spanish-speaking booktubers do the tag in Spanish, of course, as well as English-speaking booktubers. And I'm revisiting this tag today. My name is Jim. This is my channel. Books, reading, and stuff. First question, what was your first Booktube video? And if you're not a Booktube creator, what was the first Booktube video you remember watching? My first Booktube video that I created was my Booktube debut back in the COVID era in 2020. I was bored because of being stuck at home with COVID, and I wanted a creative outlet. I'd been watching Booktube for a while, particularly the channel Books and Things by Katie Lumsden, and I wanted to join in. Question 2. How many books are you currently reading? If you watch my videos on Wednesdays, what are you reading Wednesday? I tell you what I'm currently reading, and for that I choose the books I've been reading in that week. I have two answers for this. There's 8, which is the books I've started that I haven't finished, but the books I've actively been reading would be 3. I'm currently reading The Voyage of the Beagle by Charles Darwin. I started this way back in November. I'm approaching halfway, sort of, page 172. Now Charles Darwin and the crew of the Beagle are in the Falkland Islands, and he's looking at the cows and horses in the Falkland Islands. Also reading this. This is Me Tavrun Debi, which is I Will Be Back. It's the story of a refugee from the war in Abkhazia in 1992 who goes to Tbilisi, and she becomes a book illustrator, and this is the book she illustrated. I'm also reading The Forest of the Hanged by Liviu Rebrinul, who is the Romanian Dostoevsky, but it's a bit of a slog at the moment. It's set in World War One, and it's about what happens to deserters in World War One. And in this forest, they are hanged. These are deserters from the Austro-Hungarian army. I say I'm currently reading 8 because there's books like this, other Georgian books. This is a pop-up Viking book, which I started, I haven't finished. There's books like this one, Cryptonomicon. I started this years ago, about 2-3 years ago now. I'm on page 380, but I haven't picked it up for about a month, so am I currently reading it? Let me know in the comments, and let me know how many books you are currently reading. Prompt 3. What were the top 3 books you read last year? Mine were all fantasy and science fiction, although that's not a good representation of what I'm reading because I only read about a dozen fantasy and science fiction books. I probably read more crime and police procedurals, but the top 3 were, in reverse order. Number 3 was The Martian by Andy Weir. Number 2 was The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. And my favourite book from last year was The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. Prompt 4. How many books did you read last year? I read 78, which is a reasonable number. Any more would be a bit stressful. Prompt 5. How many 5-star books have you read this year? I'm quite generous with my 5-star ratings. I've read 24 books this year, of which I've rated 8 of them 5 stars. These were The Night Watchman by Louise Erdrich, The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead, The Carnival Murders by Irina Shapiro, Want to Know a Secret by Frida McFadden, The Deep by Rivers Solomon. Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, my first book I've read by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Wayward Girls by Susan Wiggs, and my favourite book so far this year, The Lyrebird by Cecilia Ahern. All those books I put up 1-minute reviews if you want to see more about my thoughts on them. Prompt 6. Do you have a reading target of number of books you want to read this year? And are you on track? My target is 72 books, which averages out at 6 books a month. I've currently read 24 books and I'm on track. Neither more nor less, but I'm not too bothered. If I hit 72, that's fine. If I don't hit it, that's fine. Well, that's what I tell myself anyway. How long is the book you're reading now? If I take this one, The Voyage of the Beagle, this is 452 pages, which is a bit longer than my average. If I take this one, Mais d'un Brun Débit, this is 45 pages, but this will take a while because it's in Georgian. Even though it's a picture book, my Georgian is still not up to speed. Next prompt, how long are your videos? My videos are rarely more than 10 minutes. The 1-minute review videos are around 1 minute. So I don't have a lot of watch time on this channel because my videos are not very long. So even if you watch the whole video, it's only a minute or a minute and 10 seconds or something. Prompt number 9. Do you have a favourite number? Nothing to do with books. Do you have a favourite number? My number 365 for the number of days in the year, or most years, not leap years, of course. Finally, the last question, do you have a book on your shelves with a number in the title or on the cover? This one had a number on the cover in 1992, the year of the Abkhazian War, and this is an obvious choice. It's got the number 1984 in letters here, 1984, George Orwell, of course. Who do I tag? I will put a list in the description of the people I tag. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. This will help me with the YouTube algorithm. And I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.